Hello, my name is Hannah. I'm a staff interpreter here at Lamar, and let's go take a tour.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started on tour if you guys wanna follow me. So you guys have already been in the Student Center. So we're not actually gonna go in the Student Center, but we're gonna pass on to the other side of the Student Center and see our Undergraduate Advising Center. Over here is where we have our Undergraduate Advising Center. This is what all students have to do when they're coming in to be registered for the next semester. They have to get advised by their advisor. So juniors and seniors get advised by the departments, but freshmen and sophomores actually come over here to the UAC and get advised by their advisor. So over here we have the front of our Student Center. It's the Richard Setzer Student Center. We call it the set on campus. So if you ever hear students talking about the set, this is what they're talking about. If you look over here, you can see that there is a balcony that has chairs that you can actually go and sit at. And then we also have many other buildings that are significant in this area. So we'll start over here. We have our bookstore. We have our own campus bookstore. There's an indoor entrance as well that you can see in the set that you've probably passed today. And you can go in there, you can buy Lamar gear, you can get cold medicine, convenient style stuff, as well as pick up your books if you order your books. Then we have our Archer Physics building. It's physics on the first floor and history classes on the second floor. And then right next to that, we have our Galloway Business Building, which is where you're going to have your business classes, of course. You may also have some basic English classes there. We also have our Career and Testing Center located in that building as well, where you may have some professors have you go in and do some career tests for assignments and that sort of thing. And then we're going to keep walking this direction where we're going to go see the center of our campus, which is called our quad. So over here we have a statue of Mayor Moby Lamar. He is the father of public education in Texas. He's who we got our name after. And we have what's called the head on campus. We call it the head because he doesn't have the rest of his body. So along the way, we just dropped his name and call him the head, which is located right over here. They say a cool fact about it is that you can actually fit a pine cone in each one of his nostrils, which is just kind of a weird, fun fact. And then some more of the buildings that we have over here is we have our Wimberly Building, which is one of the most important buildings that you will need to know about as you're coming on campus. It is our money building on campus. So this is where you're going to have on the first floor, you have your cashiering, which is where you would go and pay for your tuition, maybe do a payment plan if you need a payment plan, ask what you owe, different things like that. As well as this where you would get your student ID, which is very important because you will need your student ID while on campus to be able to get into your rec. It also has your meal plan money on it, as well as it's just your student ID that's important. You'll need it through the whole 4 years that you're going to be here or longer. And it does have your picture on it, so make sure that your picture ready when you go to the first floor to take your ID picture, because I didn't know that you had to have your picture and mine's bad. We also have our parking office on the first floor as well. So the parking office, you will buy your parking pass. It's $60 for a whole year, so it's good for 2 full semesters while on campus, and it allows you to park in all the student access parking lots that we have on campus. Then on the second floor is our financial aid and scholarships. So if you are getting any scholarships or if you need to turn in documentation for your financial aid, you're going to want to go to the second floor and they will be able to help you there. And then if we come over here, we have our Family and Consumer Science building. The Family and Consumer Science building is where you're going to have your nutrition based majors, your culinaries, your fashion and retail management, different majors like that. And then beside that, we have our Lucas Engineering building. Lucas Engineering building is not the engineering building itself, but it's our math building. So this is where you're going to have your basic college algebra all the way up to your calculus 3 and beyond. So any kind of math class that you're going to have to take, and maybe some of your intro engineering courses as well. If you're an engineering major, you would be taking in the Lucas Engineering building. So back behind us, we have our Plumber Building. This was the first and original administration building on campus. This is where the president and the vice president and all the big wigs of campus, they used to be housed here. They wanted it T-shaped, but they actually had to turn it into a circular building. That way you could see it from all parts of campus, the highway as well, where you would see a front side, and every side is considered its front. So you have different entrances. It's now where we have some different offices on campus, and the administration building is now moved, which we'll point out here in a little while. Then over here we have our Montaigne Center. So our Montaigne Center is actually where we have our football games and our basketball games. It is our football stadium and basketball gym. It's also where the teams work out at and practice and get ready for the big games. We actually have our last football game on November 10th, and that way we are able to kind of celebrate and have that last game. Our football team is doing really good this year, and so that is where the Montaigne Center is at. So we have a lot of things located over here on this side of the campus. So we're going to start off on this side where we have our subway. So the subway is considered a off-campus dining option. So you can't use your meal plan money if you have meal plan, but you are able to use cash and credit there, as well as our campus corner, which is kind of located behind us. We have a campus corner bar and grill. This is where you can go and get a really good burger, eat some nachos. It's actually also a really good place to study during the day because there's hardly anybody in there, so you can go in there and have some lunch and have a quiet place to study. It also has its own laundromat, mainly for students who are living off campus, who maybe don't have washer and dryer hookups. They can come here and use it because all of our dorm complexes do have laundry. So it's really mainly for off-campus students. As well as we have our campus corner bookstore right next door, and that is just another bookstore that we have on campus. All of this is considered off campus, so you would have to use your own cash and credit there. No meal plans allowed at those places. Then we also have our Education First Credit Union. It's located right next to the campus corner bookstore. The Education First Credit Union is a networking branch and networks with other credit unions in the area, such as Nature's Federal Credit Union, and they have shared networkings with those credit unions, as well as if you bank with them, you get free ATM service, and it's right here on campus, so it's real close, as well as if you go into the Beaumont and Port Arthur areas, you're going to be able to find an Education First Credit Union. Then down, if you go even further, all the way down on the other end of this street here, this is called Rolfe Christopher Drive, is our Rio Honors College and our CICE building, which is the Center for Commercialization, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. This is where you are going to have your engineering and business programs. They work hand in hand with our CICE department to be able to get internships, research projects, and also to be able to network with people that you may potentially get a job with in the future. And then our Rio Honors College is mainly for our honors students. On the first floor, we have the floor dedicated to our honors students. So if you're involved in the honors college, you could go in there and study. You have ping pong tables as well. And then on the second floor, this is where we have our IT department. So if you ever call into our help desk, if you're locked out of your Blackboard account, you would be able to call to the help desk, and this is who you're talking to, is the second floor, the IT department. As well as on the third floor, this is our new administration area. So this is where our president and vice president and CFO and provost, they're all at now currently, sitting on the third floor of the Rio Honors College. Okay, now we're gonna head over to this direction. Marion John Gray Library. It is the tallest building on campus, and so they say if you ever get lost, to just look for this building, come towards it. You can ask around to ask directions. There's a map. You can figure out where you're going from here. We're actually going to go inside and tour it and discuss what each floor has on it. Over to our right, we have a student lounge. So this is where you can come, you can sit, you can hook up your laptops. It's a brand new student lounge. This is the first semester that we've been able to use it. Then over to our left is where we have our Starbucks. You can go in and you can use your meal plan or passion credit there as well. For all the coffee lovers out there, this is where you're probably going to stay because there's tables, you can study, you can drink your coffee. Then once we go over here past the elevators, we have our first full-size computer lab and our STARS tutoring program. So our tutoring program is students who have taken the course that you're needing tutoring in. They've received a B or higher in that course. So they actually know what they're doing. I used my tutor the first semester I was here. They're really good. You can do it weekly, bi-weekly, if you just need it for one time. However you need, you can set it up. As well as we have our writing center that sits right next door where you can get help with your research papers, resumes, works cited pages, whatever you need, they can help you. And that is not appointment based. You can go in there and just walk in and see if somebody's available to help you. Then when you go up from our second through fifth floor is our stacks, which is our books. So we have all of our books actually on our online database now, so you can actually access them from wherever you're at. You don't have to come to the library necessarily to access them. Also, second through fifth floor, we have some tables and chairs mixed in. You can go and study and have a quiet place to sit. And if you ever need help finding different sources, we have reference librarians spread out all throughout the library that can actually help you be able to find sources and articles and different things, especially if your professors have certain criteria for sources that you have to have. Then on the sixth floor is actually a floor that is dedicated to studying. So it's our study hall. It's for all students to be able to go up there. There's private rooms where you can have a closed door with a whiteboard, tables and chairs, or you can go in there with a group or by yourself. This is really good if you do have group projects, to be able to have a center location that you guys can come and meet at to do that group project. And then as well as they have open spaces with open tables and chairs where you can go and study. Then the seventh floor is our second full-size computer lab. Something that's really cool that us as Lamar students get is 1,000 free prints a semester. So you're never going to have to go and use your own ink, your own printer. You can always come to the library and print out your materials here. That way you're able to not have to, use your own ink and your printer. As well as I've never known anybody to go over 1,000. So if you get to like 500, don't worry, you're not going to go over. But they don't roll over, so you're going to want to use as many as you can for that semester. Then our eighth floor is the last and final floor. It's our presidential floor, so it's banquet style, and it's actually invite only. So you do have to have an invite to go up to the eighth floor. This is where our president hosts a lot of his functions. Different organizations will host banquets, formals. We've had some honor society inductions there as well. So it's just really a banquet style. It's going to be where you're going to have different events there. And so if you ever get to go up there, it's actually enclosed with glass windows, so you can see all across campus and all of Walmart. So it's super cool if you're able to go up there and really get to see the campus as a whole. All right, so now we are going to go to our dining room. this is our dining hall. All students who live on campus until they're classified as a senior have to have a meal plan. So your meal plan is going to come with a certain amount of declining dollars and a certain amount of dining hall swipes. So those declining dollars you're going to use around campus at the different places to eat, in the food court, in the set, different areas around campus. But the dining hall swipes you're going to use simply in the dining hall. So once you go in, you swipe, and then you eat as much as you want. So it is buffet style, so we're actually going to go inside and you'll get to see the different options that you get on the buffet. So you have different options. You have your pizza bar, your pasta bar, you have your salad bar, and you have hamburgers, you have a carvery of the week, whether it's a chicken, turkey, something like that, with heavier sides. You have all those different options located on this side of the dining hall. Over on this side, we have our beverage station where you can find your different choices of drinks, as well as our international flavors area and our dessert bar. Now the dining hall is self-serve and self-clean, and all the seating is located right over here. So over here to our right, we have the Student Health Center. Our Student Health Center, it's $15 to go in and see. We have 2 nurse practitioners, an RN, and a pharmacist on staff at our Student Health Center. They can give you some prescriptions, and the ones they can't give you, they'll actually write you a prescription and you can take it to your local pharmacy to get it filled. They'll handle things as colds, sinus infections, if you sprain your ankle, your wrist, something like that. Some of the more basic medical issues they will handle and help you, so you don't have to go off campus. If they think it's something that they can't handle, they will let you know, and they will give you recommendations on doctors and different places to go. to our left, we have what will become, after it's remodeled, the police station and post office. Right now, our police station is located up by the CICE building, and our post station is located in the Carl Parker building. Our police office, we have our own police department. They are an entity of the Beaumont PD, so they're actual police officers who patrol on campus and the surrounding areas. So these police officers, they're there if you get a flat tire, if you lock your keys in your car, anything like that, you're able to come and help you. As well as we have these white and blue emergency poles like this one over here, where you're able to press the button. A dispatcher will answer within 15 seconds. If you don't respond within 3 seconds after that, they will automatically send somebody to your location. So these are there for your protection. We have a really safe campus. I've never felt unsafe on campus. I actually take night classes sometimes and feel free to walk to my car. It's a really safe campus, but we have all these as precautions on the campus. And also, if you don't have your parking pass, the police department will stop and give you a ticket on your car. So make sure that you get that parking pass. And then on our post office, this is mainly for students who live on campus. It's $15 for a PO box per semester. You're able to have your stuff sit here directly to you than rather sit home and then you have to figure out how to get there and get it. Now we're going to go into our communication building and see a couple things inside here. So one of my favorite things about the campus is the student to faculty ratio. So it's 19-1. This is meaning that our class sizes are going to be generally smaller. You're going to have about 20-25 students in your class. Now there are going to be a few classes that you're going to have that may be a little bit larger, 60 students or so. Those are going to be more your freshman year. There's some of your basic classes that a lot of students have to take. But for the most part, your class sizes are going to be smaller. And the closer you get to graduating, the smaller they get as well. So you can kind of look over here and see what one of our classes actually looks like. You can look through this window. So down on this end, we have our STARS Tutoring Service office area. So this is where the actual faculty of the tutoring program actually are housed at. They also do things such as Red Talks, which is like debates on campus, as well as more group-based tutoring. You can come and see what kind of group-based tutoring they have. And then just anything special that you may need accommodations for as far as tutoring goes, you can come and see them over here. Then, of course, over here we have our Deaf Studies and Deaf Education office building. This is also where our ASL lab is, and they have walk-in tutoring appointments available. We have one of the only ASL programs that offers a teaching certification in the state of Texas, so you could come here and get that if you chose to do that. Our ASL program is actually a growing program here on our campus, and it's actually, we have 3 top majors to choose from that students generally choose to come to Lamar, and it's engineering, nursing, and our ASL program. Then over here we have our Disability Resource Center. Our DRC, they are there to accommodate for any kind of disability that you may have, whether this is something you think is very small or something you think is large. They can help you. If you need help with note taking, they will help you with note taking. If you think that you could be a note taker, you could come and see them and sign up to be a note taker. There's all kinds of different areas of the Disability Resource Center that students can use to benefit them. and their main goal is to accommodate you as an individual and not generalize any sort of disability. And then also down here in just a second, we will pass one of the student lounges that we have. Most of our buildings have some sort of student lounge that you are able to go to and sit and study. And this is actually, I think, one of the best ones because it has some couches in different areas, and it's just a really comfortable atmosphere. So this actually completes our tour of the campus. So we have seen most of the campus. You were able to see the rec center, and then we're back at the back side of the student center. So I hope that you enjoyed the tour, and I'm glad that you came on with us.